Next episode. How long have I been playing Darkest Dungeon? I've streamed Darkest Dungeon for about 2,500 hours. I've been streaming it on and off for 4 years.
Perfect for the study of
Done tons of challenge runs. Have 2 world records in Darkest Dungeon. They're both up on YouTube if you want to check them out. Played a lot of Darkest Dungeon, yeah. Are you from Indianapolis? That joke doesn't make sense at all, Gurking, because Indianapolis isn't near Tennessee, but no. I don't know anything about Darkest Dungeon. It's true. Yeah, if you have any Darkest Dungeon questions, let me know, and hopefully I can answer them for you. The Torchless, Deathless Blood Moon is a good one to watch. Let's go on Demon Itha. I think we're gonna we'll probably push meter at the Cove. Long Cove dungeon, unless there's something we gotta open the court, but unless there's something that we really want, we should push meter in long dungeons. Would I purge the prismatic quirk for a chance at a better one? I don't know. I mean, there's some debuffs that can really be harmful. I mean, a lot of them can, right? But that right there makes the Hellion more reliable in Darkest Dungeon 3, because in Darkest Dungeon 3 dungeon, there is a debuff that you can get against the cyst that makes it harder to one-shot the stalk. So, I mean, I don't know. We might just leave it there, and she might be the one we take for that fight, you know? In some scenarios, it might be worth doing it, but I don't think it is in this one. All right, let's get ready to go do this long dungeon. So we'll take Clorkin, Smarty, Germ, Dylan. Whoops, I grabbed the wrong person. Where are you, Nick? Get out of here. Okay, this should be fun. Just funny to watch. I think that I do. Could be right. Okay, that's good enough there. Quirks that you would remove purely because they suck. I probably wouldn't spend money to remove any of them, really. I mean, they all have some benefit. Like, yeah, some of them aren't as good as others. Like, that one's a pretty good example. For instance, I would rather have Prismatic Isolation, which I think we have on someone. Makes it so that, I think it's Isolation, right? Makes them be able to hit stealth enemies. That would be great on Hellion or main damage dealer, but I don't know that any of the prismatic quirks are to the point where it's like, I mean, the odds of you getting 5 quirks that you really want and then none of them getting removed, you can only lock in a certain number of quirks, right? So eventually some are going to fall off anyway of the non-locked in ones. So it would have to be an extreme situation, I guess, where I would remove it, but 2 for extra damage just towards Husk. Yeah, but I mean, even so, you have that other slot. In that situation, maybe, but you're still not going to guarantee you get something better. But you shot in the dark yesterday and emailed the media folks at WWE. Looks like you'll be getting an interview with their big stars for WrestleMania. That's awesome. For the paper or getting something better. Yeah, I mean, you never know. You could end up getting a weapon tinker for someone that's already level 6 or something, right? Maybe it's worth taking the risk if you have like a buttload of money and it's one of those ones, Husk damage or something, but mod that lets you lock in 5 positive quirks. The only mod used that makes the game easier. Can't resist like quirks too much. All right, our Hellion is going to go we're in an Apprentice, so let's take Crescendo and Dismas's head. Our Antiquarian is going to take Overture Box and Camo Cloak. Grave Robber. See, Vessel's going to take the papers again. Grave Robber, let's go with Feather Crystal. Actually, let's go ahead and change out Crescendo. Focus Ring. And then we'll put Crescendo on Grave Robber. This looks pretty good for an Apprentice dungeon, so. Also got to make sure we put people in the Sanitarium. It's free this week. All right. What are we doing for split today? We have a bounty game again, surprisingly, a 30-minute bounty game that I've never heard of. It's a racing game, which should be interesting. And then Curse of the Dead Gods. So getting rid of Anemic would be nice. We could lock in Natural Swing, so we might do that. Oh, getting rid of Fading would be nice too, but it's not reinforced. Getting rid of Fragile, it's reinforced. Nothing to lock in though. I know how you love Curse of the Dead Gods. Yeah, I think that's probably the route I'm gonna go with. Natural Swing, tempting too. Got a lot of good stuff going on here. I need to lock in Luminous. Alright. Let's lock in Natural Swing. Get rid of Anemic. We're not going to be using Chipmunk for a little while anyway. Probably next time we use Chipmunk is when Wolf spawns, which we're not going to let happen for a little bit. Lucario. If Lucario goes to a dungeon, they hit level 5. Alright, lock in Luminous, get rid of Scattering. Actually, let's get rid of... No, that's fine. Okay, any diseases we want to get rid of. Clinch has rabies. Definitely want to get rid of that on her. That's it. So I'll go Flagellate for a little while. Alright. Points to make a comeback. Someone say Curse, yeah. Touched base relief in the Cove and it gave you the red negative screen in dialogue. That happens when you get a disease, but nothing happened. No disease, stress, or quirk. I've had that happen before, and I think what ends up happening for that is that the negative quirk it was going to give you was already on the character. That's the only thing I can think of. Like I figured it would not be able to roll the same thing as something you already have, but that's the only thing I can think of, Matt. I've had it happen from that exact same curia, so it must be something like that. Versus everything, and challenge you to a duel to the death. What? You win, don't worry. Oh yeah, Keith, no problem, man. This won't be my first rodeo. Keith, if you want to challenge me to a duel for the to the death, the place that I always meet at is there's this arena on the equator. I can't give you the coordinates or anything like that because if it's meant to be, if you're worthy enough for the duel, you'll know where I'm talking about. But I'll see you there at midnight. Make sure you bring a pool noodle and like a bucket of lubricant. Again, don't ask questions. I'll just see you there. All right, food, shovels. It's a cove, right? You'll be there. Have it if it's locked in and it rolls it, nothing happens. I think you read it right, told you. That sounds, yeah, it sounds like it could be the case. I believe that. Food, shovels, keys, torches, cure interaction, upgrades, trinkets. Skittles and camping. Upgrade trinket skills. Camping. Upgrade trinkets. Skills. Cammy's good enough. Upgrades, trinkets, skills, camping. All right, we're good to go for a long dungeon. Let's get in. Sounds like your honeymoon, Pickle. You're watching the latest Dragon Age video while watching stream. That's awesome. Thank you for one. I'm glad you like the
rotting fish is almost
Dragon Age videos, playthroughs. Thanks, yeah. No question. Are you selling tickets to this event? Yeah, it's actually free as long as you know where to go and just show up. This game going today? It's going pretty well. We killed Thing from the Stars. It was very good kill of it. A really clean Thing from the Stars fight. Easier than the boys run because we had armor pin. That arena they just built in Abu Dhabi. So first, yeah, if you don't count that first old road that we got rid of, yeah. So then, Targ, welcome in. Aram, welcome in. Let's get missed the opportunity. Not married, by the way. I don't know that it gives a disease. I think it's negative quirk, so. So I don't think that's it. I think what Doy said is probably right. It can roll a negative quirk that you already have, and if you already have it, it'll lock in one. It'll reinforce it. And then if you don't, or if it's already reinforced, you just don't get it. Because if it was giving a disease and you resisted it, you would see the resist pop up in the little disease icon. But I don't think does the base relief even give disease? I think it's just quirk, negative quirk, right?
Yes, hold the line. This hamlet shall
Meanie Mouse, thank you for the raid, very much appreciated. Those joining, oh right, we have the Antiquarian with us. Those joining from Meanie Mouse stream, welcome back. I'm Adam. It's Adam versus everything, and we all playing some Darkest Dungeon. We're doing a fun challenge run. We're doing Blood Moon, hardest difficulty, all bosses, all DLC, and we are doing it with class restriction of we can only use female characters. But feel free to hang out, lurk, participate, ask questions if you want. Whatever you want to do within reason. Take a meeting. Welcome in. What were you up to? Were you dungeoning? Oh, I've done that, Vol. That sucks, Vol. Good luck.
A brilliant confluence of skill.
Get them all with shovels and you'll be fine.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Hey, dude, I'm doing all right. Doing better now that I got raided. So, thank you, meeting. First playthrough and struggling a bit with some missions. Did really proud. That's awesome. Yeah, congrats. Congrats, meeting. Yeah, so I mainly do challenge runs of the game, but you know, I'm very much a proponent of whatever you're having fun doing. So if you're on your first playthrough and maybe you're playing on Radiant, maybe you have mods to make the game even easier, or you're doing silly hard stuff like this, or anything in between. But yeah, congrats. So you say you did the Brigand. Are you talking about the cannon? Because there's another Brigand encounter. But I'm guessing you're talking about the cannon.
Press this advantage.
Yeah, no elitism, just masochism. Just masochism. Oh, you did do the wolves at the door. I got you. Yeah, that one's a rough one. It's one of the harder encounters in the game. So yeah, that's awesome. Congrats.
Our community grows.
Hamstra, I think we follow Ham. Yeah, if you have any questions, Buck, just let me know. This run is a little bit different than a normal run, obviously, because we were using class restriction. I'll use female characters. But
Champion falls.
masochism and pool noodles. Is Adam versus anything your evil twin? No, no. You're thinking about Timothy versus everything. That's my evil twin. Yeah, I guess we'll get loot while we're here. We'll camp for inventory space. And masochism, don't judge me for what I'm into.
In tenuous firelight.
Try them sometime in the future. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. So we're gonna do battle trance, sharpened spear. We're gonna get the scouting going. Then, you know, we have a lot of dungeon to do. Let's just prevent night tube ambush. See how hunger works. Creating custom characters, add character pool, XCOM 2 games because it gets turning to the same biographies or whatever. I do have an interesting backstory for XCOM soldier or VIP. Let you know. Coming up with a few good ones. I've never made custom characters in it, aside from just naming them. Loot that on the way back through. Manages to dodge undulation on death's door. Ooh. We don't actually need to go all the way up here, but oh well. Looks like a pretty decent couple of free rooms with some curios. Plus we can do it torchless to get more loot. Workshop BTG6 felt good. You beat it on what? On chimps or just otherwise? I haven't tried it on chimps at all yet, but it sounds terrible. Yeah, I haven't made it to that one yet on my chimps playthroughs. Do I know Shuffle FM? I do not know who that is, no. Alright, let's take out the Stress Caster first here.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Your dodge going. Try and end up losing one hero. Yeah, champions are champion dungeons can be really scary. Not only are some of the new mobs added crazy, but some of the old mobs get such crazy buffs. Not just hard mode, not chimps, but that sounds impossible. Yeah, people have done it. I was thinking the same thing. That seems insane to do it on chimps, but good crit from Clorkin. So we want to snuff the torch at the end of this to get extra loot from the fight. And as long as we don't spawn an extra hall battle, we're going to loot the curios on the way up torchless too, so. It needs some precise placement. Yeah. Not the brand newest map they just added. The one before that, the one with the river going under all the bridges. I want to understand no one has legitimately beat it on chimps yet. I don't even know if it's possible. I'm not to that one either. I'm doing them in order, so. Even if they're in the buildings, you know. Oh, thank you, Vol. Yeah, so now I'll know what to tell people if they ever ask the same question.
Is a rarity in the fevered pit of
Start using monkey knowledge. It's harder than Bloody Puddles. Yeah, it's a crazy map, yeah. I did it on easy and medium. Haven't done anything else. All right, so we got to make sure we are looting with the Antiquarian selected. If you don't loot with the Antiquarian selected, you don't get these awesome antiques off of the curios. Well, that's extra gold. It's a free program that was released to hype up the War of the Chosen DLC, and you can create characters to the character pool. It's called XCOM 2 War of the Chosen Propaganda Center. Add your own characters to the pool to spice it up. Yeah, I've never done any of that. We'll use one shovel. Started looting with
waiting to be spent.
You've had more than ever, yeah. Yeah, it's really nice. Antiquarian's really nice at getting... She's really good at getting lots of golds. Ravine, is that it? I think it might be Ravine, yeah. It's the one they added 2 updates ago, like maybe a month ago. Characters even be on the enemy side.
Test.
That's interesting.
Now it must be carried home.
Oh well, if we run into Redhook, then so be it. Hunger proc, so we're immune to hunger in the next hallway. No spawn of anything in here anyway. Yeah, I've never done that. When we did our Legendary Iron Man XCOM 2 War of the Chosen crazy run or whatever, I named all the characters, but I didn't do any like custom looks or background, you know, bios or anything.
Our community grows.
Man used to be underworld doctor for German Mafia, former MMA fighter. In combat, missionary turned resist. You know what might be interesting? B looks, thank you for the follow. What might be interesting, Pilot Wash, is if you load up RimWorld and you do some random generation of characters in RimWorld and you use the basis of that character for the backgrounds of the XCOM ones. Maybe that's more work than you want to do or something, but that could be an interesting thing to do. Gims, thank you for the follow also. Doing all right, Jan. Welcome back. Let's go on, Jan. Was that the run where our character's name was unknowingly a bot? Yes. Jongfer was our MVP Grenadier through the whole run. It's an interesting idea. Yeah, you can come up, like, let RimWorld do the work of coming up with the how the character is, and then just extrapolate from that. That XCOM run I'm talking about is on YouTube. Here's the problem. Only the last stream of it is on the archive channel, Keith. I don't know where the other VODs are. I have another drive that has some VODs on it that I need to connect sometime and see if the rest of them are on there.
May we find victory.
But the final mission of that XCOM 2 Legendary Iron Man War of the Chosen run, we did the entire last mission without taking a single point of damage. It was insane. That VOD is up on there. But as far as the rest of the run, I don't know where the VOD is.
Well struck.
Commander Root is your favorite bot? I don't think I have one. That was a crazy final mission, though.
Masterfully executed.
I took a risk, like, at the very end, I took a risk to try to stay damageless. I could have played it safe. We would have been fine. And I was like, no, we have to see if we can complete this with no damage taken. We've come this far.
Darkness closes in, haunting the hearts of
It's got out your scared little baby man. Well, the good news is we know that they're working on XCOM 3. They announced that they've been working on XCOM 3. We don't know how far along it is, but they are working on a third one. So if you want to wait, I mean, XCOM 2 is amazing. It goes on sale pretty often. But if you want to wait until a new XCOM comes out, or if you want to ease in with something like Chimera Squad, even though Chimera Squad's a bit different, still kind of get the feel for it. How's the all-female run going? A lot harder than the all-boys run, but we're making it work. It's doing all right. Let's go on Paranoia. Run. Demanding another run or riot. I could be maybe coaxed to do another XCOM 2 challenge run. It's been a couple of years since we did that. Because they were there to know what to do. So didn't get 100% wrecked. So if you're starting out XCOM 2 for the first time, my 2 main points of advice right off the bat is one, go into the advanced game settings when you make a new file and turn on the double timers. One of the hardest and most oppressive things in XCOM 2 is the time limit on missions. It's really crazy on some of them. I think they did it because one of the main strong strategies in the first XCOM of the newer ones is Overwatch creeping. You don't have a timer, and so you just put everyone, maybe one person not on Overwatch, and then you just creep forward like one tile, and you do a mission over like 100 turns. That's kind of exaggerating, but it's very safe. And when you get like squad sight snipers, anyway, the point is, XCOM 2, they put in some pretty oppressive timers for some of the missions, and it makes it so that you have to just run in balls to the wall and hope for the best, and people get killed because of it. So my 2 points of advice: go into advanced settings when you start XCOM 2 if you're new to it. Turn on the extended timers. My second point of advice is don't yellow move if you don't know where all the enemies are. And if you have never played an XCOM game, basically what that means is if you yellow move, you cannot, by default, or some caveats to it, by default, you cannot move again. And if you yellow move forward and you alert an enemy group, a pod, that person's probably just dead. That's the big 2 if you're brand new to XCOM 2. Turn on extended timers. Try not to yellow move very often. I guess if I had a third one, it would be if someone ends their turn in no cover, just assume they're dead. If you end a turn on someone in half cover, assume they're going to take damage. No cover, assume they're dead. Full cover, they're probably okay. Go ahead, Tiny. It's all right. It's all right right now.
Our community grows.
How many torches we got left? We got plenty.
Secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of
Someone mentioned that game today on stream. How'd you like it? Which game, Minnie Mouse? Which game? Are you talking about XCOM as well? You can loot that on the way back up. XCOM? Oh yeah, I really love XCOM. XCOM 2, War of the Chosen. XCOM in general is really awesome, but War of the Chosen is very good. War of the Chosen is the expansion for XCOM 2. And it's a true expansion. It's not just like a little DLC. It's a true expansion. Oh no! Carl, did I throw down the herbs? Oh no. No, I didn't. There it is. Just kidding. Talking to chat too much. Assume the worst, and if it passes, rejoice and assume the worst all over again. Yeah, pretty much. What am I doing for stress healing? Camping, in-town stress relief, dodging, and critting. Banner Saga? Yeah, it's on my to-do list, as you know. Take out the Bleedy Boys first. Forgot the dodge and crit part, yeah. Take all shot chances, subtract about 20%. This is the only exception to that. That's a good rule, but I mean, it's not actually true in the files, you know, but... Just assume everything, yeah. Assume everything under 100% is going to miss. Try to take highest percent shots possible, yeah.
Impressive.
Could bring it up till I play it. Bullseye bandana sells for 2,200 or something like that. Which means there's always a chance to miss, even with a high accuracy. Fire Emblem games, lowest 51%, it's 100%. All right, let's take out the one that can disease us. We do still have a camp though, so it's not 100% needed. 99% misses are so BS though. Maybe unknown seemed a lot harder to you, but might be just bad memories. Yeah. Well, thin men were stupid strong, right? Thin men and chrysalids in the other one. But maybe that's why Overwatch creeping was so good and prevalent. And one of the reasons, not only was it strong, but it kind of countered. Thin men were stupid. Thin men would kill you in one shot behind full cover. Like, full cover, they wouldn't get a flank on you. They would just shoot straight into the full cover, hit you and crit you. 1 to 5 that'll miss. Another thing that's weird about XCOM is, I don't know if it's like that in the first one, but in XCOM 2, your crit chance is applied with the accuracy. So it's like, so what I mean by that is if you have a 10% chance to crit, you only have a 10% chance to crit, and you only have a 10% chance to hit. For whatever reason, if you hit with that 10%, then it's a guaranteed crit, and it works for the enemies also. It's very weird. I don't know why they did that, but explains why when like enemies have such a low chance to hit you and they still hit you, it almost always crits.
Success so clearly.
It's a weird thing.
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Cheating aliens. Oh yeah, I'll absolutely play Darkest Dungeon 2 as soon as I'm able to. Early access on Epic, yeah, absolutely. Pillars of Eternity has something that works similarly. Yeah, as soon as I can play Darkest Dungeon 2, I'll be playing it a lot. Have a chance to miss Grace hit kill on the same roll. Take out the Stress Caster. The Thrall is going to blow up in a couple turns if we don't take him out, so he's going to be target number 2.
It's easy. Just always crit and always dodge. Simple.
That's interesting because it means that there are cases where reducing your chance to hit might, yeah, it would increase your overall average damage given over time, given enough hits, yeah. Probably not worth gimping yourself in XCOM to do it, but yeah, that's absolutely true. Pump those stream numbers. Yeah, XCOM 2 should be very good for the stream. Or excuse me, Darkest Dungeon 2 should be very good for the stream. Vibe, by the way, sorry I missed your follow, but welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Nice. Yeah, I hope I like it too. I have kind of a, I've thought about making a video about it. I have kind of this like Darkest Dungeon 2 wish list kind of going in my head. What I hope is added, what I hope stays the same, all this kind of stuff. Maybe I'll make a video of it. Chat about it a bit. So, yeah, I mean, Redhook has a really good track record, but their track record is just of one. Did I restart? No, I did not. They've only had one game, so I feel like Darkest Dungeon 2 is going to be good, but you never know. No, I have not restarted. If it's rubbish, but you get 3,000 viewers, yeah. Early access is a mess. Yeah, who knows? Judging by how Darkest Dungeon was, and how they did early access, and then they've learned more from that, it should be fine. But you never know. Maybe Epic screws something up. We'll see, I guess.
This expedition at least promises success.
that after this battle, I suppose. Hope it's good. Really hope it's good, but I think it'll be.
A decisive pummeling.
Characters from loot boxes, yeah, that would be terrible. Loot box heroes. Storm now. That's scary, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Might want to camp soon again. We have no way to stress heal her outside of camp, so probably camp. Maybe up here. Trying to make sure she doesn't get to 100. Lorkin, put in work. Level 0 antiquarian. She's doing the best she can. Might not be great, but she'll probably just be poisoning now. Alright, let's see
Remind
here.
yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Our community grows.
Yeah, I think we will. Let's see. The odds of us needing 3 shovels in this up here, it's basically non-existent because we don't even have to do all the rooms we've gone this far. This exploration. Bear, thank you for the follow, Bear. So I'm fine with snuffing this using one of the
Terrors
shovels.
may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a
Hey,
glint
a
of
rare
gold.
antique. Rare antique. Where are you tuning in from, Mimi, if you don't mind me asking? Don't get hit. Just don't get hit. Montenegro. I'd be the first person that I've ever had. So that's where they're tuning in from. That's awesome. Yeah, let's pack on some more golds, and then we'll work on open up champion upgrades. So let's just go ahead and camp here. Let's see.
A moment of respite. A chance to steal oneself
Immune
against
1,
the coming
immune
horrors.
2. So yeah, we can feast, especially with stress faster. No problem. Let's get rid of some of her stress, I suppose. We still haven't found the secret room, and it is a long dungeon, so I am going to take night moves. We'll prevent nighttime ambush. And let's make it so that she's less likely to afflict. That should be good enough. We have one more stack of torches. We don't have very far to go, so screw it. Country worth visiting if you ever get a chance. Yeah, I would love to travel more someday. I've traveled a lot within the United States, and the United States is huge, but I've never been out of the country. Not yet, anyway. Someday, hopefully. We have no camps left, so I'm gonna take out the disease carrier first. Nice beaches there. Crit spear fishing. There's a chance she kills there. Oh. She got it. And some gorgeous mountains also. Left them up with a 3. They might get guarded.
This is how a life is taken.
Our only guard break is the stun.
A devastating blow.
Let's go after the grave robber. Let's go north. Welcome in.
The ground
Vigorous.
quakes.
Masochistic.
Precision and power.
Job, Dylan. 4 more torches. Yeah, we'll probably snuff it for this fight.
Compassion is a rarity.
Step in the torch before the end of the battle makes you get the extra loot roll, so. You're gonna die from the death blow. Oh, you survived. Didn't punch, probably watched the death this time. Sad times. It's probably your turn. Is HP any more than it is already? Very rare trinket that does a ton of positives. Minus % HP is really good. You like to gamble on it.
Our modest
Talking about her
fellowship
specific
expands. Praise the sub.
Meanie, thank you for the subscription. Thank you, Meanie. Much appreciated. I was not expecting that, but I very much appreciate it. Much love to Meanie for the support. Thank you, Meanie. Helps me to keep streaming.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Four keys remaining. The pros cons of male and female only groups in Darkest Dungeon. So the biggest con of having all female is that you have no real stress healing. Like there's just not good stress healing, right? There's the musketeer and the arbalist. They can kind of heal stress, you know? Like but at max level, it's a 67% chance to heal their teammates, not themselves. And it's only a 67% chance to heal their teammates of 3 stress. So that's the big one with the ladies. The other thing with the ladies is there aren't as many good buffers, really. Buffing characters for the party. You also don't have any good guards. And you might be like, but the antiquarian can make someone guard her. That's not quite the same. Nowhere near the same. So those are the big ones. No guards, so no man-at-arms, no houndmaster, no really good stress healing, and you don't have someone like the jester who can just pump accuracy. The jester's buffs are so good, it's like giving everyone an extra 2 trinkets, maybe 3 trinkets if that's all you use them for. So that's the big one. That's the big thing that makes the girls run harder. However, yeah, no riposte either, which riposte is incredible too. In the boys run, the thing that they are missing mainly is armor penetration as a big one. As you saw, we had no problem with the thing from the stars with the ladies, but the boys almost died against the thing from the stars. And they don't have as good guaranteed healing like from the Vestal. There's no AoE healing with only boys, for instance, and the single target is not reliable from the occultist and is kind of low from the Crusaders. So each of them has pros and cons. I think there's more cons in the girls one, and it's a lot harder because of it.
Welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty is greatly appreciated.
Yeah, stress healing, that opens up a spot for another hero, though. That's true, but I would absolutely take a jester in place of anyone on any of these. It would make the run super easy, or a lot easier, I should say. Danny Vibes, thank you for the resub. 6 months. Ever thought of doing another modded run? I haven't done one in a couple of years, so yeah, I'm thinking that we'll probably do one at some point. Thank you, Dandy. Very much appreciated.
Be wary.
It didn't snuff
Triumphant
completely.
pride precipitates
Crap.
a dizzying fall.
Yeah, it's guaranteed stress relief, big stress relief, but not just that. You're gonna have accuracy stacked on everyone, so you don't have to bring accuracy trinkets. You have crit stacked on everyone, which is more stress healing and more damage. You're gonna have speed on everyone, so you're gonna outspeed a lot of the deadly people for round 2 and kill them. So yeah, I know. I meant to use the control shift after the after dazzling light, but that's why I said, what? I didn't snuff that? Do I want to take these? Nah, we'll just go all out gold for right now. All out within reason. Don't need the citrine. All constant females, they happen to play pros. Yeah, I mean, it's not super bad. It's just harder. Oh, that could have been a shambler. That would have been rough. For some reason, I thought we had the scout. We had the scout through that. So our dodge is going to be lower now, too. Not on her, but what kind of... You think I've just about mastered the game? I would hope so. Hope so. Video streamers playing this game. We're in it. It's funny to watch people fail at this. Yeah, that's because I've never raged at Darkest. I don't think I've ever raged at a game. Definitely not on stream. I used to be like that when I was a teenager. I'd get really upset and have my blood pressure go up when I would lose like an important brood war match to something stupid and get angry. But I haven't done so well. What do you think about Grave Robber? The Grave Robber, she's fine. So the thing is, Meanie, like all the characters in Darkest Dungeon are good enough to use in certain situations. And if you're playing normally with torches and no restrictions or whatever, every class can literally be brought to every single dungeon and be fine.
So too will resistance.
Now, when you start min-maxing, there's reasons not to take her. There are better options to take, usually, than the Grave Robber, but she's fine to use. So if you're skipping out on her, you're not really missing out on much. Maybe, you know, it would be nice to have her remove some diseases for you. But in general, yeah, she's fine to leave behind or to take. But one thing that's a little crazy with her is that she's so fast that, and she's brittle, right? She has, aside from her dodge, she has low health, low max health, and occasionally she will get crit to death's door and she will still go first. So she'll get crit death's door, bleed, and she'll still go before everyone else, and then she'll die. But I mean, that can happen with a lot of different people. But this has a 1% chance to be a shambler. I didn't save a torch. But yeah, she's fun. It's just that when you're min-maxing, which we're not in this kind of run, you got to ask yourself, is there someone better I could put in that position? Is there someone I could put in that position that would make it easier for me to win or harder for me to lose, or whichever way you want to look at it? And usually with a Grave Robber's slot, the answer is yes. Do I have a favorite class? My favorite class is the Hellion. Age requirement to your age bracket on March 29th. Friends. You threw your Game Boy Advance and broke it.
The slow death.
You're gonna gift me Spelunky 2 and see if I rage at that one. Really get mad. It's mostly competitive PvP that gets you ragey. More mad than usual in a competitive game. Yeah, I see. You can see that. Let's have the miss. Let's get some crits before we leave this dungeon. They're only doing 80 plus right now. 2130s being done there. Hopefully all done by July. Yeah, we're good. There's a faction where you live with vulnerable people. Mom just got her Surge. Let's go on Ashgard. Surge, welcome in. So I want to keep these just in case. Didn't find the secret room this time. Doing all right. Usually end up with Hellion, Bounty Hunter, Hyman, Jester, Plague Doctor, and Vestal. Yeah, like I said, if you want to have a higher chance of winning, then yeah, min-max them some more. Bring only the best of the best, but you don't have to win. But again, the more knowledge you have in Darkest Dungeon, the easier it becomes. And when you're on your first playthrough and you just haven't played the game very much, you don't know what to expect, then yeah, it's absolutely safer to bring the best of the characters, even though if the top tier isn't really like that much different than bottom tier when it comes to Darkest Dungeon. Is there another curio over there?
Another mariner, another misfortune.
Oh, all right.
Despite its morbid aspect, this twisted, cavernous maze seems almost traversable.
Also, we'll sell that. We got some decent golds, more than I actually thought we got. Gothic doesn't matter. Calm kind of sucks. It doesn't really matter. Repressible's fine. Stress versus human sucks. Robust is good. So overall, fun.